welcome to Kat's Creations live on Saturday at 6 p.m. We're coming live to you from the overly hot, perpetually sunny, never raining, never anything, same day, every day, California. So welcome to our live. Tonight we are going to make a candy inspired wreath. So this all came about through different things. It started with the ribbon. From the ribbon it evolved to the embellishments, from the embellishments to the deco mesh to the sign, and so have you. So sign's been used before, the idea roughly, but we're just going to try to change it up a little bit and kind of go with a, I don't know, something to do with sweets and Christmas, because there's always lots of baking, cookies, candy, cupcakes, brownies, what have you, time-honored family recipes. So this is my homage to that time period. So we're going to be using, and I'm going to bring my wreath out, sitting up here still. We're using a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath ring, and again I've color-coded it just so it makes it easier to see. I don't really have a main purpose in color coding by pipe cleaners. It just looks better, I guess, on screen. I was just making sure why this one was there. So before we start, how is our sound? How is our audio? Thumbs up, give me some hearts if sound and audio is okay on your end.
And while you're waiting, we've got Gail, Peggy, Kathy, Glinda, Brenda, Trisha, Melanie, Kathy, Lynn, Rita, Audrey, Libby, Karen, Tanya, Patricia, Ann, Bev, Brenda, and Wilhelmine, and Ronnie. Okay,
perfect. So 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. Let's go ahead and get that wired up. It was funny because I was just starting to wire and I was like, oh wait, I was supposed to save a section. So on a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame, there are 6 sections, 4 rails in each section. What I generally do is use the weld marks to determine a halfway point to wire the 2 inner ones together, like I did here with this hot pink pipe cleaner. And then now with the hot pink and the weld mark being our center, I'm going to wire in the outer 2 together. And what that does is it just creates stability on your pipe cleaners, prevents them from sliding around too much. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, which will give me 12 on the outside and then 6 on the inside for a total of 18 places for me to put my deco mesh. And the deco mesh that I'm using tonight is the 10-inch pink snowball mesh. Came from Craft Outlet. These are cut to 25-inch pieces. We are going to do, as soon as I find my chip clip, the Cruffle method. And the reason why I chose hot pink is because I thought of hot pink like cotton candy, like the poofy, wispy types of candy. So we're gonna put one of these in every single one of the 18 pipe cleaners using the Cruffle method, which is half curl, half ruffle. So we're gonna just do it this way. We're gonna take advantage of that curl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the chip clip usually holds that curl in place. And then we're gonna curl the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we are just gonna scrunch it together. And then this way, those cut edges are all confined inside the little curls. So you kind of get a dual look. You get kind of curls and ruffles in one. So that's what you're gonna see. And we're just gonna do that 18 different times. So we should be able to get this going pretty quick. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
And Kat decided to do 25-inch today on the length of the deco mesh instead of 30 for her Cruffles. So
I don't know why.
The ruffle's just a little bit tighter, but still looks good.
Yeah. 1, 2. I think it's just because this is a thicker overall deco mesh. because it has those poofs of white cotton thread in them.
Well, I think you decided to do it too because I think you only have two. You only had like a roll and a half.
Yeah, I had exactly a roll and a half, but that's exactly what you need is a roll and a half to get by with 30-inch ones.
Right.
But with this being so thick, I didn't think that we really, like normally we go 30 when we have thinner Deco mesh. So with the fact that this has those puffs of cotton in it, we don't need it.
Hi gals, just join in. Rita said, did you hear the Dollar Tree is carrying larger wreath frames now?
I heard that they are carrying 18-inch wreath frames. I have not gone over there to look at them though.
That's awesome if they are.
5. Yeah, that's what I have heard. And I actually have the SKU number. Somebody had told me that. So I jotted down the SKU number in case I had to order them. But I'd really like to see the layout and how thin they are beforehand. Because as we know, the Dollar Tree had the 12-inch willow wreaths. And then when we actually measured them, they were really only 8. So I just want to be cautious before we just go ahead and jump on that. If so, that's a really good price. 2, 3, 4, 5. So the little plastic chip clips, clothespins. Trying to think of anything else you could use.
Carol, sometimes comments on your iPad, you have to turn the iPad either portrait's way and then it's right to the left, I think, so you'll be able to see them.
It has to be on portrait all the time.
Yeah.
If you turn it to landscape, you can't see the comments anymore.
Gotcha.
Is what we have been told.
Yeah. Elaine said, back again from Florida, learned so much last night. Awesome.
Oh.
Hi Karen from Red Deer, Alberta again, Karen Cobb.
It's pretty sad when you're like, what did we make last night? Oh yeah, the Charlie Brown one. Because I'm like already in prep mode for 3, 4, 5 for tomorrow's design, which is a double design for me. I have a private with we have a private tutorial tomorrow with our private group.
Peggy and Brenda, they've been selling the 8-inch wreath forms for quite a while. They've had the 8-inch for quite a while.
They come in a 2-pack, I believe, right?
I think so.
Yeah, which are good. I mean, it's perfect if you want to try making some smaller wreaths, because you get 2 for the same price, which is a really good deal.
Melanie said, how do you choose how long to cut the mesh? Entirely your
It is. I always go with, okay, what
decision. Who
did I buy the Deco mesh from? And most of the time if I go through Craft Outlet, unless it turns out to be a fabric mesh, 1, 2.
How much do you have?
Yeah, how thin is it? Is it pretty thick? Do I think it's gonna cover pretty well? What type of design am I going for? More full, more flat? 4, 5. And then that is my basis. So for this one, with it being candy themed, I was gonna do poofs, but then I was like, I have all these embellishments and they're just not gonna lay right if we do a poof, because they're gonna kind of go down in that cavity, and I'd rather it be more full and wide and kind of flat with a little bit of curls in it. So like I said, with this one, doing a 30-inch cruffle, you're gonna always need a roll and a half of Deco mesh to complete that. 2, 3, 4, 5. But if you guys notice, I haven't been duplicating my mesh, like doing mesh on mesh for a while. I've just been doing more embellishments.
Margie said, hey Kat and Steve, talk about multitasking, watching you and the Indians, waiting for my Craft Outlet order so I can make my first Deco mesh wreath.
Is it coming today?
Yeah, it's a little bit late, huh?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, unless she's on the West Coast.
Yeah, it could be, because it's only 6 o'clock here, and I think UPS delivers up until 8 or something like that. Something like that. So. And
you did something similar to this last year. You made another candy wreath that was really pretty.
Yeah, I did one. No, I did that in 2017.
Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago, and I did it with It was a fabric mesh that I had that was like a really soft ivory, a really pale pink, and a super, super light green. And then we had a totally different sign. 4, 5. And then we went completely vintage, like it was a vintage candy store sign. And I think the person who bought it actually has a candy shop. So they had bought it to display in their shop, which is perfect. Couldn't pick a better place. A candy wreath in a candy shop, right?
Brenda said I made a candle holder with my 8-inch Dollar Tree frame. That'd be good.
That is super smart.
Yep.
Just making smaller wreaths. As long as something will fit in the center, you're good to go. You know, take a average size candle, stick it inside, and then look at how much room you have to play with. 4, 5, clip.
And Simone said, hey Kat, I'm so amazed how well you plan everything out. I would have been so confused by the third day. You're an amazing creative. I'm so glad that I found you last year.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you, Simone. That's awesome.
Well, these designs that have been in my books, like if you look at some of my earlier pictures, I had this ribbon already picked out. So I knew I was going to go with a candy-themed wreath. I just had to put the rest of it together. Like, it started with the ribbon. The ribbon was like, ooh, that's pretty.
And are you alternating doing the cruffle with the ruffle on the top or on the bottom?
I'm using the way that it comes rolled. Move this to the side. So here's the way it's naturally wanting to roll. And that's like almost counter, like this would not be the way we do a standard ruffle. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I am going against it, like so. Let me do
Well,
this
you're following the curl when it comes out, but I
Yeah.
mean when you place it on the wreath.
No, I'm laying it down just the way I have it in my hand right now.
Gotcha.
So,
So the curls are kind of on the top.
yep, curls are on the top, and then the ruffles kind of on the bottom.
Because I know we've done it before where you put the curls on the bottom.
No, I've always done them this way. Curls on the top. It's just easier. It would be so hard to flip them over and then try to curl the opposite direction. Because I'm like, I don't even know how I would do that. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clip.
Hi, Maria. She said hi from Florida. I finally made it to one of your lives. Another Floridian.
Thank you.
What city are you from? And then Mary said, I actually think it was better to not do mesh on mesh because sometimes it would be so thick you couldn't really see the bottom layer.
Yeah,
Just
it
depends on the
depends.
color. Yeah.
Like if I had a really thin base, like a white, and it's not really covering, and I know I'm not going to really do an awful lot with ribbons or embellishment, I might come back in and add some curls of a different color in lieu of using ribbon. So.
And then Candy said, Kat, what do you do with all the leftover mesh and ribbon? I have a lot of pieces.
So do I.
Yeah.
We're actually gonna, I think we're gonna save it for one of our Friday lives. We're gonna try to make a leftover deco mesh, or a leftover wreath. 4, 5. So what it entails is being super creative to come up with an idea using all the leftovers we have. 3, 4.
You do like an autism wreath, right? Because
You
it has
could.
all primary and different colors.
You could do that. Why did this one look like it came uncurled? Let me clip this side. So, hold on. 1, 3, 4, 5. I just looked at it and it was like a curl and a half. I'm like, what the heck happened? No, just like, I have a whole bunch, unlike you guys. I have a third of my closet filled with leftover deco mesh. So it's deco mesh sitting on a roll that's like not enough to complete a thing.
Half a roll, third
yeah.
of a roll, quarter of a roll.
So that's where I go first before I open up a new package of deco mesh. But then again, when you do that, sometimes you just wind up with that half a roll or a third of a roll left over. So I'm gonna try to come up with a design using only mesh that is left over in my closet, ribbon that is not brand new on the roll, so exactly, leftovers. So that's a real challenge, to make something from leftovers. But I think it can be done. It just depends on how you coordinate your colors. You know, it might mean that you do 3 or 4 layers of deco mesh. You might alternate with like white, red, and green, and go white, red, and green, and use up your rolls that way. You might want to just do rainbow and do a ton of different color curls, a ton of different ribbon.
Maybe that's awesome. She said she made one for her niece's playhouse. I'm assuming like a little candy.
That would be
wreath.
super sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a really cute idea. A little girl's playhouse wreath. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, the Cruffles or the ruffles are cut to 25 inches.
Yep, I just shaved off a little bit because this was super thick mesh. As you can see, I mean, it's really thick. Really super thick. I don't think you'll see the black wreath frame once we go through.
There you go, Kat. Kat said like a coat of many colors. You could do a wreath of many colors.
Exactly.
It'd be great if you could do a sign with that theme.
Yeah.
Yep.
3, 4, 5. There's a ton of different things you can do. You know, it can be a fun summer wreath. It just depends on if you're going to go with pastels or primaries. You could do one at Easter with a whole bunch of different like pastel greens, pastel yellows, pastel blues, pastel pinks, pastel purples. That would get you through quite a big one. Using all leftover mesh and just do it all in curls and just mix and match all those curls, and then come back in and add ribbons or jelly bean kind of embellishments or colored eggs. So much to do.
Kathy, the wreath that's by the patio door is a fabric wreath that she actually sewed and stuffed with fiberfill.
Yeah.
And then it's braided.
1, 2.
So it's like a braided fabric wreath.
That's exactly what it is. That was back in my day when I was in my early 20s. We made it with not 3 types of fabric. I did it with 2 types of fabric, and then I had an open mesh that I filled with potpourri. Remember when potpourri was all the rage?
Yeah.
And they were scented wreaths. And those sold really, really well. I think I went around my neighborhood when I was younger and sold them. Because we had talked about that. The things that we made when we were kids growing up. Some of the stuff is just crazy. Like, I'm gonna try to recreate some of that stuff that I made when I was younger. Just because I think it's got that look coming back now. Some of the vintage stuff.
Judy, yep, that is snowball mesh.
Isn't that pretty? It's cotton candy is what it's supposed to represent.
Yeah.
Fluff, pink fluff, right? Or frosting. So this is the last one, and then we can start with our sewing. 4, 5. There we go. Flip around. I already have all my stuff cut. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 scissors. 5. I just use it to kind of help hold the clip down. Otherwise, the clip wants to roll back up with the mesh. So here's my last one, and then I'll show you what it looks like once I get my pipe cleaner.
Candy said, is there a certain brand to look for that is extra thick like your beautiful pink?
I would suggest going through Craft Outlet, one of the online retailers.
Yeah.
Because you will probably never go back to any of the retail stores unless it's like you have to, because you can't get an order in quick enough. So this is our bubblegum pink snowball mesh base. So now we're going to add our sign. Here we go. And the sign came from Jane at Jane's Front Door Decor.
Brenda, you can do a Cruffle with any type of deco mesh.
Yeah, you
It's just how you roll it and scrunch it.
Or how long it is.
Or how long it is. Yeah.
Like if it was really thin mesh, I would start at 30, but if I did one Cruffle and put it on there and it looks sad and wimpy, I'd probably go longer and just really use up the entire 2 rolls to really thicken that up. Or just use that as a base and then come back in and add some other deco mesh to it. So I'm going to take my hole punch and I'm going to punch some holes in the sign with my Bead Smith. This is a 1.5 millimeter hole punch. It's about $8.30 something on Amazon. So a lot of times the sign vendors don't punch holes in the sign anymore because I think they've gotten used to the fact that we will probably just put holes in them anyway.
Wherever you want them.
Where we want them, yeah.
Ronnie says, do you always use in the middle?
Yes.
No matter what type of roll you use, like any curl, crunch, or whatever?
Yep.
Yep.
On a 14-inch Dollar Tree frame, that's pretty much my standard. So that me through Cruffles, ruffles, curls, poofs. I'm trying to think, curl and weaves. It's pretty much a really good standard base, and I think it would be our standard in lieu of the work frame wreaths. The work frame wreaths are great, except sometimes the high and low elevation is hard to compensate and cover. Yeah, the pipe cleaners look a little nicer. I'm trying to make sure I get it in the hole. I'm looking at the white dots. So, where was I going with that? Train of thought? I don't know. Train left the station.
About the holes?
No.
Holes?
I forget what we were just now talking about.
Oh.
I totally forgot. Oh, work frame wreaths over Dollar Tree wreath frames.
Yeah.
I just think it's preference, personal preference. So I'm going to take some of these little curls and I'm going to kind of move them.
Bonnie asked, are you doing one curl up and then one curl down? I think most of her curls were faced up, but there were a couple that went down.
What do you mean went down?
When you were laying them in, there was a couple that you had the curls like rolled underneath, and then you had a couple that where the curls were opposite. But it's no big deal because you can't even tell.
You people are observant. I thought I was putting them all in the same way. Maybe I did put them all face down because I'm looking at some of these. Looks like they're all face down.
No, there's a lot that are face up. That's what I said. Most of them are face up. But there's a couple that are face down. You can't even really tell.
I can tell now that you brought that to my attention. I can tell which ones were up.
She's had a long day.
What did we do today?
Sandra said the sun is cute. We've been running errands and
running errands, going over to Hobby Lobby, getting stuff ready for tomorrow's live.
we had a good lunch. We went to Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, we had our daughter as our server. Because I was like, we can go out, or we can tip somebody else, or we can go eat with our daughter who's serving today, and tip her instead. So that's pretty much what we did. I have a blue pipe cleaner. One of the ones from the top was in my way and I didn't want to tie it down. So, and this is perfect because this one sits right on a crossbar. So, I'm just pulling some of these out so that it looks very poofy. It's a crafting term. Poofy.
Sandra said earlier, if anyone has a Joanne store near them, you should go check it out. They had tables of free merchandise they were giving away.
Okay.
I got $138 worth of items for free. I'll post a picture.
Okay. That's insane. That would never happen here in California. Are you kidding? In California, everything is like, oh, well, we could make money off of that.
Yeah.
As sad as that is. Okay, so there is our sign attached. we're gonna go around and we're gonna add our ribbons and get our ribbon base laid in. And I'm doing 6 different ribbons. So this was my inspiration. So it started with this, I kid you not. These, because they all came from Hobby Lobby, because they're all sitting in the same little bin together, and I was like, that would make a really super cute candy wreath. And if I got all the right stuff, I think that I could, you know, it would look really super cute, because they have it out for Christmas. So these 3 actually did come from Hobby Lobby. I'm using the bubblegum pink candy cane wreath. This came from Craft Outlet. The green chevron came from Hobby Lobby in the regular section. And then I think, this one. The little white with the colored stripes came from Michael's. Michael's in what year? Does it say? No, it doesn't say. Usually it'll tell me like 2007, but no. So I'm thinking it's probably this year. So we are gonna do our 2.5 inch first, and we're gonna alternate. And believe it or not, this will kind of come into play. So the green's gonna go with the green. The pink will go with the pink, and since these 2 don't have blue on it, we'll incorporate that with the blue pipe cleaners.
That's crazy, because Cheryl Sloan said, yes, I was there earlier, and they let her pick 5 items. It was mostly picks and florals. Wow, we were right by there, too. Because we were at Target right by Joanne.
That's insane.
Mary said, we all love Texas Roadhouse. It was good. Kat said, love Texas Roadhouse. We have 2 of those in Medford, Oregon.
Really?
Wow, 2 of those in Medford. Medford's not a big town.
Well,
it's pretty big.
Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
You know.
Kathy said, I love that color for the candy. Hi, Dawn.
I know, these are super pretty. And then this becomes the introduction of what will soon be the never-ending glitter cycle.
Yeah.
So even before, like, just cutting the ribbon, I had to go and, you know, take like a Lysol wipe and try to wipe all the glitter down, because it's everywhere. And then when I go in and I'm like touching up makeup, I'm like, sparkly. Don't touch your face when using ribbon.
Cynthia Kunis said, I found a wire frame witch hat at my Dollar Tree. Just have to figure out how to make a wreath. We haven't done one yet either.
Is that the really big one?
The big one, I think. It's the big one.
Supersized?
If it's the metal one, then it's the bigger one.
I've got to put my thinking cap on.
Cynthia, is it the metal one?
Yeah, I just got to get through the next till Monday. I got to finish out Monday, and then I can start thinking ahead. Because that would make a really super cute Santa hat. Like, super cute. I'm just not sure how, here's my dilemma, how the Deco mesh is going to sit and stay. Because we used to incorporate the little nubs on the older Santa hat to kind of help hold that Deco mesh to wind it around. But it might work. You never know.
Crafty Ma'am said, I never catch you live from Cleveland, Ohio.
But you did tonight, right?
Hi, Crafty Ma'am. What's your name?
That is so awesome. Thanks for joining us from Ohio.
No problem, Deborah and Evie. She said, sorry they're late. Hi, everybody.
Now you just finished, all I did is just finish doing a 25 inch Cruffle base with the pink snowball mesh. So that's really all you've missed. And then we attached the sign, and now we're adding 2.5 inch ribbon, all from Hobby Lobby, literally all of them, cut to 13 inch pieces. So
yeah, Cynthia said it was the metal frame.
The big one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those would be interesting.
Yeah.
I'd still probably want to wrap it, huh?
Oh yeah, you have to wrap it.
With either Deco mesh or ribbon. That's a big one. I'd probably do Deco mesh.
I don't know. We'll have to play with it and see.
Hey Gail. Gail said Alec and I volunteered this afternoon at the NF Child Tumor Foundation walk.
Really?
Resting now with my ice pack.
Girl, you know you're supposed to stay out that knee.
5 hours on leg may have been too much. Yeah, think, Gail.
She's like, it was for a worthy cause. Right? So the chevron is in Hobby Lobby's regular section, so just make sure you hit up their regular section. Every other week they put their ribbon and deco mesh on sale at 50% off. It's not seasonal items, but just know that. If you walk into Hobby Lobby Monday and it's floral, then next week, the following week, would be deco mesh and ribbon is on 50%. What?
Oh, that's cute. There's a couple gals commenting on the larger witch hat. Sandra said, I found some too. I'm going to cut off the bottom layers and do a Christmas tree with it. That's a great idea.
That is a really super cute idea.
Crafty Ma'am said, I cut the bottom down a bit. The brim is slightly too big on the big Dollar Tree wreath frame.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because
Gail said, let me look at some Pinterest ideas for Santa hats.
I know. That's what I was telling her, because she sent me a whole bunch of stuff for the 3D pumpkins, and I'm like, what do we do with the witch hats? Because Gail's pretty much our go find it.
So I'll zoom in a little bit. Christina, she said, how are you attaching the ribbons? She's kind of making them a V into a V.
Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm just taking these and sticking these right on top of my colored pipe cleaners. So pink gets pink. Green gets the chevron, and then the blue gets the polka dots.
Sandy, the sign is from Jane's Front Door Decor on Etsy.
Yeah, I don't think she's got her .com open. She was updating it, I believe. Green.
And you've had that sign, I think, for a while too, haven't you?
No, I just ordered it because when I saw the ribbon, I was like, I'm going to need that sign again. Because that sign's really going to work. I think the one I did, I'm going to have to go back and bug the person I got the vintage candy sign from to see if she'll redo those, because those were so pretty. I'm gonna have to go back and look at my pictures because I can't even remember what it used to look like. It was more softer, more muted colors. So 2 more, and then we can add in our 1.5-inch ribbon, and then we can start to embellish. And we'll add a bow because we have some other color ribbon we can put in for our bow. So here's our last one.
Right now she's adding all of her 2.5-inch ribbon as like a base ribbon.
Yeah, just go all the way around.
Yep.
All the way around. And then it just adds those nice little pops of color. It breaks up all the pink a little bit. So, as you guys can see, these are all, I just fan them all the way out to the outside. It kind of goes just a touch whiter than the deco mesh is. And then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to add the blue, green, and pink. These are 1.5 inch cut to 15 inches. There's the solid pink. And then there is the white with all the color on it. So I'm trying to decide what I want where.
Candice, that's a good question. She says, hi from Houston.
Hi.
Why do you fold the ribbon in half or before attaching? Does it help it pinch better?
It tells me where center is.
Yeah.
So like if I was attaching this, doing it like this, just matching up my ends and kind of creasing it, when I open it, there's a bend in it, so then I know that's where I need to pinch it and that's where it needs to go in. So when I go to pull my tails down, they're going to be the same length. So in this case, we do the tails on the outside.
Because you're doing the half bow.
Doing the half bow. And I'm actually going to, I think I'm going to put these on top of the polka dots. So let's see what this looks like.
Good question though, Candice.
Really great question.
Just got my hair done today, and the whole day I've been watching the tutorials of Kat.
You're on a binge watch right
trying
now?
to gain and get as much knowledge as possible so I can be successful. Great video training, Kat. I know it takes time to do those, so I appreciate it so much for you doing it for all of us.
Oh no, I totally love doing it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it on top of the pink one instead. I don't really like it on the blue. I don't know why. Maybe because there's no pink. Yeah, it looks better on the pink. Looks like it was meant to go there. So pink is going on the pink and green ribbon. The This one is going on top of the polka dots because it's got the little polka dots on it, and then the bold stripe is going to go on the green because that looks so much better.
Sandra said I bought some of the jumbo yarn today. Can't wait to do the pumpkin wreath.
That's something I should have looked for today.
Yeah.
Is yarn.
Hi Michelle, no problem.
My mind was somewhere else. I was like, I've got the 2 tutorials I seriously have to plan for. I need to make sure I have everything for that. And then this is gonna go on our green.
Yep.
So same thing, I bring it up and pinch it about 2 inches. It literally is 2 inches. Like if you look here, it's exactly 2 inches. I don't open the pipe cleaners. I just come back in and lay that right on top of my ribbon. I will twist my pipe cleaners like 5 times so they're ready to go. If I decide I'm done with that, I'm not going to add anything else to it. And then we flip them open so we have a chevron type look. So this is what they look like. They look like little awareness bows.
Right. And she'll go back in and cut off all of the
Once I'm
the
satisfied,
ends.
that's it.
Right.
I've done that
She
before.
might add candy to it as well.
Yeah, I've done it before where I've gone through and cut them off, and then I'm like, I really wish I wouldn't have cut those off.
Yeah.
Because I could attach something using those. Now I'm going to have to run pipe cleaners up from the bottom. But
So Candice, if you look at the one that I'm kind of zooming in on, the half bow kind of really fills the gap.
yeah,
And once you cut off the tie and kind of fluff the half bow, it really fills the gap and makes it look good.
it does.
Really kind of completes the look. Trisha said, I love doing half bows. That's what I'm working on right now.
Yeah, I do too. To me, it just completes it. You could do full double bows like we did on the, didn't we do it on the Jack Wreath? Where we mixed and matched all the colors. There's so many different things. You could come in here with flex tubing and add flex tubing to that instead of adding additional ribbon. So if that's all you had, you can go to the Dollar Tree and get, not right now because they don't have pink, but they have purple, green, and blue, maybe. I know they have red, green, silver, gold, black, purple, orange, brown, olive green, orange, and then like a burgundy or red. So no pink. But at Easter time, stock up on all the pink. So then you have some, or you can always order it.
Yes, is binge watching Kat on YouTube on her 70-inch TV is the bomb.
I wish.
I feel like she's in their house.
I know. One day, right? One day. That's what people keep saying. Come on down to the East Coast. You can just like road hop all the way down.
Michelle said, I finally got yarn for a pumpkin wreath too. Awesome.
Yay!
Crafty Mom said, I love that mesh. I used it in a gingerbread girl dress. Huh.
Oh, okay. I could see that. Because it would look like a little tutu.
Yeah.
See, like I said, there's so much creativity flowing out there, man. Sometimes I just am in shock what people come up with. Like, yesterday we were talking about the decoupage pumpkins. And before I went live, I was pinning all my pins, trying to get my 4 o'clock pins in, and I was late. And I came across decoupage pumpkins that were on Pinterest, and then I ended up clicking on the pumpkin, which took me to who was making them, thankfully. And it turned out it was Once Upon a Wreath. And then she actually does classes to teach you how to do that. But I was so blown away by the level of just what you could do. And I was like, where have I been? So yeah, I ordered some napkins. I bought some pumpkins. So I'll give it a whirl. I got to see how ugly my first ones turn out first, and give you the tips what not to do when doing yours.
Michelle asked, how do you close off the pipe cleaners? Do you knot them up or tuck them?
I just cut them off. which is why you see me I twist them like 5 times. Like when I'm putting this in to my existing pipe cleaner, I am twisting it 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if I'm satisfied when I finish everything, I will cut them off, and then it leaves the end that you've twisted.
About an inch.
Yeah, and I just tuck that behind the loop.
Yeah, for the bow. Yep.
Yeah, so you don't really see the color of the pipe cleaner.
Right.
That is our goal.
Once you fluff a half bow, you don't see it.
There's people who take them and curl them. That looks super cute. Some people tuck them back down and to the other side, and then twist them and cut them off. It's entirely up to you. There really is no set standard of you have to do wreaths this way. This is the only way you can do this. Obviously, if that was the case, we would have stopped with the 3 basic wreath techniques: the ruffle, the curl, and the poof. Evergreens and grapevines, and that would have been the end all be all. But thankfully,
Candy asked, you talked about flex tubing. Is there something you could do to the ends so they don't look raggy? You could use the wood burning tool. But
yeah, you could cut it with the wood burning tool. I generally don't have very many issues with it, because once I put them in, that's it. I'm done playing with them, so to speak. So the more you play with Deco mesh, the more you're constantly working with it. That's where you're going to develop all those sprays. So wood burning tool is awesome. But I just cut them with scissors.
Or you can just, when you tie it in, if you have your tails of the Deco tubing just shorter, so it's closer to where you tie it in, you don't really see it.
They're pretty, yeah, they're in pretty far. So last one, and then we can make a bow. Although, where would I add a bow? I might want to bring my sign down a bit. And then I can add a bow. We can add a bow to the bottom and have really long tails, or we can do a short bow. We can put one right at the top in the center if we bring our sign down a bit more.
Rochelle and Deborah, maybe you 2 gals can meet up out there in Atlanta and go shopping together.
That would be a sweet thing to do. Me and Melody did that. We went shopping. She took me to Home Goods, and that was the downside. I bought way too much then, and then of course when Steve and I went down to Shinoda, I'm like, you know, we should stop at Home Goods. You haven't seen Home Goods. Should have stopped there. So I'm just going to move this closer to the center, because it was kind of up at the top.
I noticed that. I thought you had a plan for that.
Well, it was. Yes. I always have a plan. It's just sometimes it doesn't formulate right away. So.
Jess Butcher said I have tied the ends of the tubing. That'd be hard to do.
To tie them?
Yeah, tie them in a knot.
Not necessarily. Let me pull some of these out, and then I'll reflect the ones over here. Let me just look. There we go.
There's a challenge, Michelle and Deborah.
What's that?
You guys can meet in front of a Hobby Lobby or a craft store and take a picture of you guys together and post it.
That'd be super sweet. Okay. There we go. So, I'm thinking.
Gail said, one of these days, Kat, we will shop together and do a live.
We will.
I think
it's going to be scary when we shop together.
On yesterday's video, Gail's son said he wants you to come over and do a live.
In their house?
Yeah.
Oh,
or
yeah?
something like that, yeah.
I know.
As long as he could go, or he wanted to come over here
Alex?
as long as he could come, yeah.
He's always welcome. Okay, so let's go ahead and create the bow. So I'm going to decide, I don't think I'm going to use the green chevron. I think I'm trying to pick, I might just go, I usually like to try to just keep them small. So let me look at these 3. And kind of mix and match colors.
Yes, Alec wants to come to your house.
Alex wants to come to my house. He's welcome to come. He can always come. I was like, maybe I'll put this one here, that one there. Yeah, I think we'll do that one. What do you think? Like those colors?
Yeah.
Or do you
You're
think
going to do the white on the
we
top?
should add-
White stripe on the top?
Maybe I'll add just this.
As the
Just one.
backing? Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah. Okay.
See, I can tell again something's going on with Facebook because I caught a quick glimpse of somebody who posted something and I can see it really quick on the one phone.
And
on
then
the
it
Vivo.
just disappeared?
Right, and then I didn't see it on my phone when I'm looking at the comments.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna move.
just
out of it.
happened.
Well, you know, Facebook's got their focus on that dating side, so help us there. You
Crafty
guys
Man
haven't
said
heard
the
that?
sign reminds me of Candy Crush.
It does.
It
That
does.
was my very first thing when I saw it. I was like, that's Candy Crush. Not that I play anymore.
Yes, that Alec wants to come to your house.
He's welcome to come to my house. He is so welcome to come. Anytime you guys want to visit California, you know, Disneyland, the beach, all that stuff,
Yeah.
it's right here. Universal Studios.
Or within an hour and a half, 2
All
hours.
that's like, they have Disneyland, they have Universal Studios all on that side, so.
People from the East Coast are funny because for us, an hour and a half to 2 hour drive is nothing. But for people on the East Coast, an hour and a half to 2 hour drive, they're in a different state.
Could be.
So they're like, that takes too long. If I can't get there in 15 minutes, I don't want to go.
So I'm doing 8-inch tails for the bottom, and then it'll be a 5-inch loop. So I'm
Yeah,
just
yes,
gonna
that
do
Alex
some-
wants to come to your house. Or Alec wants to come to your house.
Why? It'll
Probably
be
because we're
like,
in California.
it'll just be like what everybody else does. That's the kitchen you make your wreaths in. It's just my kitchen. The door's not there, the lights aren't set up. It's like studio.
Buttons Vinyl, cute name. She said, first time watching from Newfoundland, Canada.
Welcome.
Welcome. What's
Thank
your
you for
name?
joining us.
What's your name? Yep.
Okay.
And P&P Crafty Creations says, hey, Kat and Steve. A lot of people are using their business name on here.
Hey, there's no harm in doing that. 10, 8. No harm in that at all. So we're going to do this as our base. I might even tone down, because that's like 5, 6. It'd be such a full, pretty bow. We'll do blue. More glitter. Glitter? No, not glitter. Looks glittery, but it's not. So let me show you how to do a dovetail cut, especially for people who are new. We just forget to do that. So I always cut off the very beginning part of the ribbon when it's new because it's folded. So dovetail. You're going to fold the wired edges together, and then from the fold you're going to cut down to that point, just like this. And then when you open it, you have a really pretty dovetail. Ducktail, whatever else people call it. I don't know, what else do they call it? That's too short. That's too short. There you go. So I'm kind of, we know we had 5-inch. To do a 5-inch loop would just be crazy.
Hey gals, just join in.
So let's see where this one is.
Leslie says, I plan on visiting California to see the creepy holiday stuff. She lives there too. Her name is Heather, I guess her daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The creepy holiday stuff out here?
Yes. Maybe Disneyland or...
Maybe. Where do you live? So
Leslie, where do you live?
there's 15. Yeah, for most people it's, oh my god, I want to see the beach. Because
Yeah.
we don't realize how much of a fascination that is for people who are landlocked. To just go where...
You're right, we don't even think about it.
Where you walk out on the coast and there is just honestly nothing as far as the eye can see, just ocean. You take advantage of that.
Oh, Leslie's in Lubbock, Texas.
I'm gonna do it this way. Oh, okay.
Kathy Neff said, my grandson calls it a ducktail.
A ducktail? It could be a ducktail.
Could be a ducktail, yep.
Yeah. Same thing. Bird's tail, swallowtail.
Crafty Man said, it looked like it looked like when I commented, it was commenting 2 times. One with the business and one with the regular. Weird. Yeah, there's something going on.
In Facebook, I know.
Yeah.
I think Brenda said she was having a hard time because on one page, like on her personal page, she couldn't even comment as like herself. She was commenting as her business, and then on her business, she was commenting as her personal.
That's what this says too. P&P Craft Creation said something is wrong with Facebook because I'm on my personal page.
Watch. All of a sudden, you're going to see some new thing launch. I know that they're revamping what you can do on Facebook. Like, they're really pushing the whole creator studio, which is inside your business page to do your scheduled posts from. And then because they are co-bought out, or Facebook has both Instagram and Facebook, you can do both now from the Creator Studio, which is kind of interesting.
Well, Leslie said she was coming to do some crafts with her from here to El Paso, so it's not that far.
Gotcha.
So from Lubbock to El Paso.
That's not bad. So we're doing crazy.
Kathy said, Kat, we could get used to seeing you every night.
I know. But you know what? I'd be so tired.
She's getting worn out. She's getting tired.
Yeah. I think it's just you're stuck. Like today is Saturday, right? We're stuck sitting around, gone. Gotta wait till 6 to do the live, and then we sit around too long, and then we're like, oh no, the live is like in an hour. I haven't even like come up with my ideas yet. I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, it just becomes like a mad dash to, okay, I know what ribbon I had picked. Need to go get the candy bin out of the garage. So, and I think, okay, we said this came from Michael's. The blue came from Craft Outlet, and the green came from Michael's. What am I doing? We are dovetailing, not cutting ribbon. Yeah, even when I was like tidying up the kitchen and putting my silverware away, I just like set my silverware here like it was a prop. I'm like, what am I doing? Silverware gets put away in the silverware drawer. So we'll take these down to about 3.
Kenny, that's a good question too.
What's
Is
that?
it so if you do a bow, then you don't do the inner 6 ribbons?
I don't. But we might use some of those spaces to add some embellishments like cupcakes or suckers or ornaments or something.
Yeah. If she does a big sign like that, then most of the time, no. Unless she seems like there's a place where it looks like a blank spot, and then she might put
A sucker?
a bow in there or like, yeah, an embellishment.
A sucker? Or a donut? Or a cupcake? Or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Gail says, my boys know when Kat's on, it's my date night with her.
Date night.
Mama is busy and must be home.
Sorry. It must have been pretty bad then this week because it was like, it's every day, Mom. Usually it's Fridays and Sundays. Yeah, I know, but okay. Last one. And
That's
then,
true. P&P Craft Creations. Let us know what your name is. I don't know who you are, unless you know who P&P Craft Creations is.
Not off the top of my head.
She said you only have so much space for a finished product too. A live every day would just take over her house and our house. It would.
Yeah,
We'd have way too much product.
It really would. But that's why it's just us in a 4-bedroom house. So we have a guest bedroom, our master bedroom. Our entire master bedroom is just filled. Our whole closet, because it's a huge walk-in.
Yeah.
So we just use that and just display the wreaths on the wall. And then we have sections in our closet where you can just hang them, like articles of clothes.
They're everywhere. They're even in my office, all on one wall. There's probably about 16 of them.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
Sue. She said started watching and forgot to say hi all.
Hi, how are you? Oops.
Peggy said I found my shredded lettuce in my freezer once.
Oh,
Just
no.
getting distracted.
Those are the days you can tell when you're done.
Too busy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the hot pink because the blue, even though it's sparkly and glittery, It's very thin pipe cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take my stack of ribbon, bring this down, and then we will twist.
And flick.
Glitter, glitter, glitter. And that's what it's doing.
Sandra says, thank you, Kat, for doing 7 straight days with us. You're the greatest.
Of course. I know. And then what? Like tomorrow is like 2 back-to-backs.
Yeah, plus the private group, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it is. I just thought, you know what? What if this was your full-time job? What if this was what you did every single day?
Some gals do.
Huh?
Some gals do.
Do this every single day? Not wives.
Well, I mean, they're making wreaths every single day.
Yeah.
Or they're making something.
Right. Okay, let's figure out our bows. We're gonna do loop and tail with the big one. I think I'm gonna probably do that on the same with the big ones. Usually I go opposite, but I think I want the tails just to kind of frame the edges of our sign, and then we'll go back and do all the others. Like tail and loop. And then we have to find the blue. And we pull it backwards. We'll trim some of these if we need to. This side we've got our pink, so we're gonna go tail and loop. And then we're gonna go, trying to get it under here, loop and tail. Just like so. And then we've got the blue. So we want to take this to the back this way. And we have tail. Wait a second. Tail. This should have come to the front. This should. Oh, wait a second. This went back here. There we go. This needs to go back. I was right. It just looked funny because there's like so many loops, and I was like, where are all the tails? But I'm pulling the tails to the back. Okay. Now, got blue. We're going to go.
Looks like Michelle and Deborah are going to do that.
What's that?
Meet up in Atlanta somewhere and
That was so much fun.
go shopping.
I so envy you guys doing that. But
Yeah,
I'm
why not?
really,
Let's
really
go
happy.
shopping. Yeah.
Really, really happy. Okay, this is going forward.
That's what's great about the group, is getting the community together.
Pull this one back. I know this one's going to go forward. Or no, this goes back, sorry. So I'm just finishing those ones there. And then here, we're going green back.
Fran said, yep, I'm going to have DTs when the 7 days is over.
What's DTs? Oh,
I think it's like withdrawals.
withdrawals.
Detox.
It will. Let's spread those ones apart. And then we're going to need to cut some of those ribbons down and make them a touch shorter, especially the ones that are impeding our sign. So let us, like the blue, let's cut this down just a little bit, make it a little bit shorter so they're cute and not overwhelming. Let me pull this one through, like that. And I'll trim this one down. It almost made sense since we're going to the middle. We'll go shorter.
Gail said, still waiting to meet up with Peggy. You guys have met up before.
I was like, didn't you guys meet in the hospital?
Yeah, but it might have been really briefly. No, they met up before.
Okay, so I'm going to cut this one so that we don't have long tails on the back and then short tails in the front. So those are super cute. Let's pull this one out to the side.
Kay said, love the 3-color glitter ribbon.
The 3-colored one? Hobby Lobby. That's where it came from. Yeah, local. And if you don't have a Hobby Lobby close to you, Hobby Lobby online. There's that. There's that. I think this one needs to come just a smidge shorter. There we go. That way they don't really compete too much with our sign.
Deborah, correct. She said, Kat, so you pull a loop and a tail the opposite of each other, correct?
Yes. So that it's like the loops are completely across from each other and then the tails are completely across. And then that way you get like a even mix of everything.
Yeah.
And then you can just pull it around to your preference, whatever you like. Huh? What?
And just play with it a little bit.
Yeah. Whatever you like.
Oh, Sandra, she said, I wish someone lived close to me. I would love to have someone to craft with. Right. Sandra, where are you from again? What city and state? I think she was way up there.
What do you mean way up there? I'm just looking what happens if I tuck this under and I make my bow come out a little bit further. Like I took the little pink and let me just cut this just a smidge shorter. I just tucked the pink curls up under the sign and then I pulled the bow forward so that it's actually sitting on the edge of the sign. So.
PP Craft Creation said, I'm trying to get my hubby to go to vacation in California. What part of California are you from? Yeah, we're in Southern California. Oh, that's right. Sandra's way up in Maine. That's what I thought. She was way up there.
Okay, I would so love to come visit, and if I came to visit, we would go shopping because I would die to see that side of the coast, northern Maine.
Yeah, because I guess even Boston area is still like 3 hours from Maine, right?
I don't know. Sandra would know. I wouldn't know. I'm not from there. Okay.
I think we have a couple gals in the Boston area.
So there's our bow, and now we're going to embellish. You guys ready?
Yep.
Okay. So we have lots of things to embellish with. So I'll show you all the embellishment stuff. These came from Michael's. They have basically little cupcakes on them and then little twisty bouncy balls, but I'm thinking we'll use the bouncy ball things up here in the bow to kind of make that pretty and fluffy. We have sprinkled donuts, which came from Michael's too. So one side has bleh, it doesn't look pretty, and then this side has the colored sprinkles. Because at first when I was looking at them, I'm like, wow, those are really ugly donuts. Why did I pick those up until I flipped it? And I was like, okay, now they would look super cute. We have purple cupcakes. These came from Shinoda. We also have these, which my daughter was absolutely crazy over because she said those look so real. Michael's. And then I have some, if we choose to do it, some like leftover little candy picks. I'm not sure, but I definitely want to incorporate a lot of this into our wreath. So we're gonna start with probably the cupcakes and donuts since they are the biggest. So.
Kayla, that's gonna be the challenge.
What's that?
She said, Kat, get on the plane. You can do it.
I know I can do it. I don't think he would like me by the time I got there. Steve would definitely be like, you just need to go get another seat someplace else. You and I cannot sit together on a plane.
No, I'd be there for you. I'd sit next to you.
There's nothing you could do. I'd just be like, I hate you. I hate you for making me get on the plane. It's like...
Not the little injection of something would just knock you out.
No, someone's already tried. They're like, well, what if you went to the doctor and told them you're afraid to fly? I'm like, it doesn't matter. I can supersede all the medication. Hence, Steve can attest to that. We took a hour and 15-minute flight to Arizona, And I was 5 Xanax in and still completely coherent. I could have evacuated that plane no problem until the plane landed, and then I knew that the threat of danger was over, and then I was like, okay, I'm done.
Then she's a zombie.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm good. So, like the ones that I have here on the side, I'm gonna probably cut these down, and then I have my pipe cleaners on the ends. So,
are you gluing them in already?
Am I gluing them already? I will be gluing.
Oh, gotcha. Set in place, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, Andrea Luzinski is from the P&P.
Okay.
She said she went out and came back in, and it shows her name now.
How weird.
Yay.
Right?
Andrea said she'd love to go up to Maine.
See? See, Sandra? There's lots of people.
And Sandra said she would love to have you up there.
See?
Karen said you and Steve should go on a road trip, please. We could all meet you.
I know. That's what I told Steve. Let's just get an RV.
Yeah.
Like by. Did I cut that one off? It must have
I
just
thought
been.
you did.
No, I cut the other one. And there's one here too. So what I'm doing is just kind of taking these in, and on the little cupcakes I'm going to come in. I didn't bring my glue gun out here.
You need it?
I'll do it when I'm done. I'll just come back in and glue the underside of these. Right now just twisting them with the pipe cleaners. And it's just going to hold them in place perfectly.
Yeah,
Like
Karen said
not
I'm
gonna
not a
go
plane
anywhere.
person either.
Yeah, it's just really bad flight experience was pretty much enough to do it, and I promised God that if he would just let me land, I would never fly again. So, but I have flown since then, surprisingly. There we go. So there's our cupcakes. What do you guys think? So some cupcakes, I think. Let's see what these look like.
Cindy Peterson, you could call it wreathing on the road.
Right?
We wouldn't have enough room in the RV. if we got an RV.
Imagine, that could be like such a fun life, you know? And I'm just looking to see how I might want to use the giant donut. Might want to just put it at the bottom.
Kathy said, come to the beautiful beaches of New Jersey.
I have family in New Jersey. I really do. They're in Trenton, New Jersey.
Kim Wood said, you should do a wreath making conference in California.
That's what a lot of people said. So I'm going to try to talk to a couple local wreathers out here. Like, I know Jane's out here in...
Mindy, Melody.
Yeah, but like Jane.
Oh,
if
yeah?
I can get together with like Jane and be like, hey Jane, let's do something for West Coast. Because there's a lot of people who need an excuse to come to California.
Yeah, but then
Let's help them.
Then that's getting a lot of gals from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast.
Yeah. So I'm going to cut my little cupcakes off, and I'm going to use these in. I like the donut, where I put the donut. So these are super fun. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my pipe cleaners off.
Libby said, yummy, I just want to eat it.
Doesn't it? I wanted it to be super sweet. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my pipe cleaners off. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach some cupcakes. And these ones in the middle that I have the blue. And I think there's another color over here. I will attach my donut. And then, this is probably a foam donut, so I'm thinking I might want to just stick a pipe cleaner in it, and then from the underside,
Glue it.
and then glue it that way rather than just glue it on top of the Deco mesh. Because I don't want to like put a pipe cleaner around the donut hole.
Andrew said I was an Air Force brat, so I'm used to flying. Yeah, me too. I mean, although I'm not a fan of flying, I'd have to do it just because of business.
Work. Yeah, I remember when I was a corporate trainer and they decided to go with online training, which meant that we were displaced. After that, I was like, I could easily get a job training. Do you know that they want trainers to travel?
Yeah.
And that they want you to fly like 45 to 55% of the time? I'm like,
75% of the time, yeah.
sorry, this
You
girl
got used
doesn't
to it,
fly.
though.
Maybe, but you know, if it was a choice, that was a choice I just wasn't, I didn't want to make. I wasn't ready.
Karen, I think that's going to be in our plan too.
What's that?
She said, Karen Bradshaw said, my hubby and I bought a new motorhome 2 years ago, preparing for retirement so we can travel cross country. I'm retired and hubby has 2 years to go. Then we're hitting the road and not looking back. I think that would be fun.
That's what Steve and I said.
Yeah.
But then, see, everything can change, right? You could plan on that, and then all of a sudden you have some sort of health crisis, and then you can't travel, and you have to be nearby or whatever. So I think we're always just under the premise of, you know, if God wills it, it will happen. Just like if the plane's meant to go down, at least I know where I'm going. And I'll go there in style, right?
Sandy said, love those pics.
I know, aren't they pretty? I think they add just the right element to this wreath. What do you guys think so far? Just have a couple more pipe cleaners to trim and tuck. I think just one more. And then,
hey, Sierra Nicole Smith said, I'm flying out to California this weekend.
what?
I am excited but very anxious, not a big fan of being on a plane. Well,
I can relate.
yeah, I can relate.
Yes, you can definitely relate. Okay, so I'm going to add, I got my glue skillet on, so I'm just going to do a little dip and stick with my cupcakes, and I'm just going to kind of tuck those in front of my little half bow chevron little things. So I'll show you, just like that. So I have 6, I think.
I'll zoom in.
1, 2, 3.
We just about the colors.
I thought I had, oh yeah, 6 is what I have.
Guess that I would need to haul an 18-wheeler behind the RV for all your supplies.
Yeah.
Almost, right? So she could go in and have her own little shed in there. And
She shed, right? Exactly. So I'm just kind of like, it has like a pale pink, a darker pink. So I'm just kind of tucking these in more towards the front. Just where they would, some of them I'm just kind of sticking to the side.
Libby said heading to San Fran for a meeting in October. How far away are you guys? Well, we're about 6.5 hours away.
From San Francisco?
Yeah, 6.5 to 7 hours. San Fran's Northern California, we're Southern California, so.
That we are. Okay. So I'm just tucking. So we have some little sweets all on the bottom.
So Andrea says she's definitely comfortable in air, but she's like, I can't say anything because I'm petrified of water and can't handle boats or swimming. She can only go up to the ocean to her knees.
Okay.
She can't take it and then freaks out.
So was it just a childhood fear you had?
Maybe.
Was it something that happened to you that made you fearful? So I'm taking off the little curly key boing boing.
Watching Jaws as a kid?
Yeah, pretty much. Every parent, what they didn't realize they were doing to kids. That really has impacted me later. So I'm just gonna put some glue on my little boing boing things. And I'm just gonna add these to my bow. So I'm just taking them and undoing a little bit of the curl, and I'm just kind of going around a couple of the loops in the center, just so that it makes it look super fun.
Right.
So this is what I've done. Oops.
Oh, Libby said her daughter-in-law lives in San Diego. She's going to make a stop there after San Francisco, looks like, so.
Now San Diego is more doable.
Yeah, San Diego, we're within 2 to 2.5 hours, about 2.5 hours. It's an easy drive for us.
It would be a very easy drive. So
Andrew said I almost drowned in a pool when she fell in as a child.
Okay, so that fear is very logical for you.
Yep. Seeing us being on the West Coast, we grew up living by the beach and going to the beach all the time. I used to surf.
Yep. So what do you guys think so far? Do you think it's super fun?
Oh yeah, a lot of them say they love the colors, makes them hungry.
Right? This is all calorie free. 100% calorie free, right?
Yep.
So I'll come over here and add this one down towards the bottom. I think I get it pretty good.
But Karen, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Kat and I will definitely talk about that.
What's that?
Possibly buying like a motorhome when we get
We talked about that.
closer.
That
Yeah.
we would just meet up with all our RV people that all did the same thing, and they're like,
Yeah.
hey, we could all meet and road trip together. Okay, so there's that with the little boing boings inside. And I'm like looking at these and wondering if the suckers are a bit too much.
Deborah, that's the same thing that happened to Kat and I. As she said, I drive everywhere. I visited my mom last year in Illinois, and it took me 14 hours. She said, I'm afraid because I had a horrible experience of flying where the plane was in a thunderstorm when we dropped about 30 feet.
Right?
I thought I was going to die. Ever since then, she prefers to drive. That's exactly how you are.
Yep.
But we dropped more than that, I think.
Oh, God, a couple of these.
And it was actually coming back from Hawaii, too, wasn't it?
Oh, the one from Hawaii was horrible. That was enough to just solidify my decision. I have made a right decision in choosing never to fly again. Yeah, it was one of those things where we were coming down through the fog, and then the pilot, we were coming down, and then for whatever reason, we thought we were going to land, and then all of a sudden he hits the gas and we take off again, and I'm like, what the hell? What's going on? Why is he doing this? We're this close from the ground.
Yeah,
So,
we had
yeah.
some really bad turbulence coming in. It was storms and yeah.
Let me go ahead and I'm gonna trim this off.
Libby said, where are the cupcakes from?
Cupcakes came from Shinoda, but I think you can get them at Michael's. I think. I'm looking for a pretty good thick one of my Shinoda pipe cleaners. Oh yes, look, perfect. Goes in there just like perfect. Yeah, so I'm just gonna glue and push those in. So nice.
That's the donut.
Yeah, this is my donut. So I made my own pick. That's exactly what we do. We make our own picks. So I'm just going to add this one right to the center. And then we'll attach that. Nah, I just won't pull super, super hard. Are you kidding? I wedged that sucker in. I'm surprised it didn't come out the other side.
Andrew said, love it, love the pink and blue combo. Deborah said, beautiful, love this wreath, love the colors. Cindy said, pretty.
Thank you.
And said, looks amazing. Your God-given talent is awesome. Yes, it is.
Thanks.
Yes, I'm not having much luck finding anything with the new witch frames for Christmas.
What do you mean?
Anything with the new witch frames? I don't know.
You mean not finding any to make stuff with, or not finding anything creative wise to do something with? Like, are you looking for the frames, or you just don't know what to do with them? So I'm just adding a couple of
Yeah, waiting for
these.
Gail to reply back.
Okay. Oh, Gail, she was
Gail,
researching.
Oh,
She's-
gotcha.
Remember? She
With that new, with the witch, the metal frame.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes, she was.
Gotcha, Gail.
She was like trying to, and I think it'll just be us that ends up creating something with those. Something from nothing. So I'm just adding some little candies.
That's cute, Karen. She said, we've owned camping trailers, all of us, all of our adult lives, and love camping. We belong to a camping club with 6 other couples, and our group name was the Flamingo Palms Camping Club.
Oh, that's
They
super
all
cute.
had loaded with flamingos and 7-foot lighted palm trees everywhere they were at camp.
That's really fun. Last one. Pulling out the little clips so then we can just kind of, let's see, I've added a couple here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll put that one here. I will put that one right here
Need a few more down at the bottom, huh?
on the bottom. I did the cupcakes down there though.
Yeah.
Do you think it needs stuff at the bottom? I have a donut there. I have one here. I have one here.
No,
I have
you're probably
cupcakes.
Yeah,
I think I'm good. I think I'm done. Believe it or not.
Sierra said, my dad used to work for the ATA as an airplane mechanic. He and my mom were traveling and the plane dropped a few thousand feet very quickly.
See?
Scared everyone on the
And
plane.
they never tell you why.
Yeah, our dad said, oh, that was a collision preventing, taking control.
Oh, great. See, that would just be one of those things where I'm like, well, I guess that's a good thing. So, all right. Let me show you what it looks like on the door. This one. Down. And we'll put this one up. Donut little fuzz all over that. Okay. What do you guys think? Think we did good making this? Something super cute, look, it's super sweet. Where's Teresa?
Right?
Where's my pun?
Where is Teresa?
I'm missing my pun.
Let's see who's on here.
If she's there, she'll come back with something. She'll be like, hold on a sec, let me think about that one.
That's Candylicious.
That's super sweet. That was a sweet design. Yep. So what do you guys think? It's already
Love it.
pictures.
Looks so beautiful. Looks again for another great live, Cynthia said. Beautiful. Sugar Rush Lane, Andrea.
Right.
Said.
And then you've got that funky glare. Sometimes
You can barely see it on the.
sometimes I can push the sign down.
Yeah.
Maybe the overhead lights won't hit it. How is it looking?
The one cupcake's kind of in front of the Sugar Rush.
Where?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah,
It's actually
there it
off to the side. Here we go.
Seriously, gorgeous. I want to take a bite of those cupcakes.
So do I. But unfortunately, I don't think they'll taste as good as we think. I think they'll be, calorie free.
Yeah, poor Deborah said, remember she said that that one manager was holding cases of those Dollar Tree pumpkin wreath things? The manager refuses to go in the back and get them because it's a mess. So she's had to pay like $7 a piece online.
What? Deborah, message me. Message me.
Yeah.
Message me. I put those out there a little while ago. I was like, I have a few. I try to like spread the wealth a little bit. So I have a few left. And I think I'm good. I think I'll just wait and see. Even if the ones that I have online right now sell, I'll probably end up waiting and just let those sell out. So what do you guys think? Think it turned out good?
A lot of them said, love it, love it, love it. Thanks for another great night. It turned out sweet. Looks terrific.
Thank you.
Kathy Fox every night has been awesome. Kathy Knapp, I know Kathy Knapp liked the other fabric frame. I didn't know if you wanted to show that one.
Oh, let me deglitterfy my little thing, right, Lucas? Because otherwise then I'll just get glitter all over that. So look at that. That's sparkly.
That's sparkly.
Yeah. So this is what you have to do to get rid of your glitter. Just get something that's wet.
Cindy said, so sweet, giving me a toothache.
There you go. Great.
Thank you, gals, for joining with us on all day 5 so far.
All day 5. How many of you have been with us all 5 days? I'm curious to know that. all made it through. So yeah, this is the one. So it's just made with Christmas cookies, and then this is called green crackle material, and then I don't know what this one is, but it's all just, it's super squishy. So these are perfect for kids because they can't pull anything off, and it's just soft and squishy. It's like a pillow Christmas wreath. So, and then it just has gingerbread and Christmas colors. So it's just something simple. But these are great because you can take these to your craft fairs, and they take up very little space because you don't have to worry about your embellishments falling off or anything. You can just, I'm trying to get on a hook.
Anne said, see you twice tomorrow. She said she's done all 5.
Oh, wow.
Kenyatta said me, she's done all 5. Cynthia says 4 to 5. Tracy said 4 to 5.
Okay. Well, remember in our private group, so if you guys are interested in our private group, I'm going to show you what we're making tomorrow. We're actually using the wreath rails. So this is more of a door hanger, not so much of a wreath, but I'm going to be teaching our private group how to use rails to kind of also add, again, very cost effective, and they're easy to take, they're easy to store, they're easy to ship. So if you want to join the private group, it's $17 a month, and then you also get my entire collection of all my private group videos from February of 2018, which includes all the business stuff. So how to open up your Facebook business page, your Etsy shop, getting an Instagram page going, using social media for free marketing. So if you're interested, just go to Cats Creations, just like this, the letter N, nmore.com. It's my website. Scroll all the way to the bottom, and then you'll see it says Cats Creations Private Group. There's a link to sign up for the payment, and then there's a request to join the Facebook group, and then you're in. And then we'll be doing this tomorrow at 5, and then tomorrow at 7, because it's going to take me some time to finish this live at 5, and then prep and have everything ready for the live at 7. Is this going to be a fall lantern swag? So you can use it on your porch lights on the outside of your house, candle sconces, which is what we have by our fireplace, or on a lantern. So I'm going to show you a couple different ways that you can utilize that, and also how to sell those. For those of you that are going to a craft fair, you're going to want to learn how to do that because they're super simple. And that's pretty much it.
That's awesome, gal. So Audrey, Evie, Judy, Margie, Kathy, Kim Woods, Kim Vickery, have all done all 5. So thank you, gals. A lot of other gals have done 4, but they've said they've been able to watch the replay.
Yeah, that's exactly why the replays are there. So don't forget that we're also on YouTube. So if you haven't gone over there and subscribed to my YouTube channel, just go to Cats Creations 777. And all of my public lives are all there. So much easier to find than trying to go through my Facebook page. So that's pretty much about it. That's all I have.
Kathy Knapp asked where you got the truck rail.
The truck rail? Doors, D-O-R-E apostrophe S, not like door.
D-O-R-E.
D-O-R-E, I guess it's their last name. I had it in my head. Doors, wood ideas, I think, or doors, wood, signs. I'll look it up and I'll let you know for sure. I had it and then it was gone. So somebody probably already knows who I'm referring to. It's like doors, signs, ideas, something like that. It's a 3-term thing. You can totally tell. I need some sleep.
Okay, so night you 2, see you tomorrow. 2 lives tomorrow, yay. Audrey said that's the one I'm looking forward to. So
I know. I went and picked all my stuff on it today, so that's where I got it all from. Hobby Lobby. So I think you're going to like this one. All right, everyone, have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow at 7 in the private group, 7 in the public group, 5 in the private group.
Yep.
And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Doors, wood ideas.
Doors, wood ideas. Thank you. Yeah. Whoever said that.
Gail.
Gail. Thank you, Gail. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. See you tomorrow.